parents, I think I was the youngest.
Yes. Yes, you are actually the youngest, and you do have these parents. Let's see, it's a soldier family, Orthodox
Yeah.
Almism. You are oh, it's a debt holder. Yeah, you're a debt holder. So actually, you probably have your own. Unusually for a younger son, you probably have your own residence, although nothing too fancy. Um,
Yeah.
and we haven't really dealt with your home living situation, if I'm not mistaken. Trying to think about, I mean, we don't really have the city map in front of us for all of us to use either. So I don't know if we ever established where your character lives. I thought we did.
No,
Work,
I
yes.
yeah, worked. Raw, we know where he works, but not where he lives.
Okay. In that
It,
case, mhm.
go.
um, and your sect, your religion was Orthodox Almism. Um, yeah, I actually think that instead of that kind of really classy area that Andronikos lives in, um, yeah, I think you're going to be living. I mean, that if we look at the map of the city, do you remember that lake over there at the west end that had like the sacred grove and stuff and the little island,
Yeah,
right, where the water ultimately fell into from that waterfall? I think that
yeah,
outside of the little gardens and stuff that surround it, there are several residences, and one of them has a special gate to the city, a secondary gate. I think you're going to live in there.
yeah.
So it's actually not too far away from where you were working. It's a matter of walking instead of up toward those great big mountains in the middle of the big piles of rock in the middle of the city. It's kind of walking the other way toward one of the corners of the city, and you have a residence there. Okay,
Yep. Yes,
so
I'm
anyway,
I'm
we haven't
booking
been
it
here
home.
before, and so I think too, it's a fairly looking at the way that we set up the history of the city. This also would be fairly old because it's near one of the older gates. So I think you're going to find yourself uh, in a somewhat more. It's not quite as all closed in and crowded as the area you were just in. It's a little bit more like there's slopes and there's steps cut into the stone that go up to a distinct entrance, like a little walled area, and then inside
Yeah,
that would be the house. Long, long
yeah.
ago, people used to keep their livestock on the lower floor, but that was back when
Oh,
the area was a lot less wealthy.
okay.
So now what you have is a nice first ground floor area that's a little bit open and usable, kind
Mm,
of like almost an outdoor cooler area. No longer, it hasn't. It's been centuries since it smelled like animals, so it's all quite nice now.
yeah.
And then upstairs, and is where you actually live. Um,
Yes.
so it's a little closed off. I mean, it doesn't have the great view over the river like Andronikos or Atta's uh, uh, Atta's
The
fam
empire
not
of.
their Atta's real family, but the
Uh,
family that Atta worked for is enslaved to. Remember
yeah.
how they had those great views over the water and stuff like
Yeah.
that? You don't have anything like that. Just
No,
um,
but I have my own little house.
yeah, yeah. And so you haven't been in it for very long. Obviously, you're pretty young. You just did really well
Yeah.
being a debt holder, and so therefore you're able to have this. Um,
Yep.
and your position in life is that of a uh, debt
Okay.
holder. Friendly ties. So, oh, okay, okay, right. So all that is going pretty well. Um, I think that at the moment, and given the direction that you walked, at the moment things seem almost calm and peaceful. You might want to get your affairs in order though, because you did try to manage yourself at work, and you haven't. But you did. Let's see. I don't even think that you abandoned work at all, did you?
No, yeah, I was
You were.
no, yeah, Raw
You had an
tried to get
adventure.
there, but were attacked.
Right. Right.
Was
Right.
attacked, so they
Hmm.
were.
And all of that has probably been confirmed, while you were sitting
Yeah,
there, that you had been harmed. And
yeah,
the idea that somebody or something had harmed you was no surprise to the soldiers, and you're just basically treated as a victim, right? And consider,
yeah,
oh, poor fellow, you got caught in all this madness. Now go home. Um,
yeah.
so strangely enough, you don't even have to make charm rolls or anything to get yourself out of anything. Um,
Raw is just trying to live his life.
right. Well, when you get back to work, you'll discover that back to your place, you'll discover that there are things you have to take care of, and things that you
Yeah,
have to manage. Um, so far so good. Now you do have family. It may
yeah,
be the
yeah,
case
yeah.
that one of your family members uh, is going to come and spend a little bit of time with you. Let's see, who would it be? Oh, it's going to be your oldest sibling.
Yeah.
Um, and that's going to be Suraj, or Suraj, I think is how you pronounce it. And I'm just going to quickly double check and see. You probably would remember by looking at the chart, but I have to look it up whether that is a man or a woman.
Oh no, I can't remember.
Yeah, that's fine. But I can find out quickly. Ah, yes. That is your oldest brother, your oldest sibling, who is your
Yes.
brother, who is, given all those kids, is probably a fair amount older than you, at least 10 years, and
Yeah.
is also, let's just say that, as a member of the family, he is, let's say he's the career soldier of the bunch.
Yeah.
So he would have had the connections to know that your area, the area where you were working, had been under some kind of threat. So now that it's the end of the day and he's off of his soldier shift, they've been called into action to help deal with this.
Yeah.
And so he'll come in and spend some time with you, make sure you're all right, be worried about your injuries,
Yeah.
and is, let's see, probably going to talk about how, this might actually, especially because it had to do apparently with the Church of Kovesh, is probably going to uh, lead to some sort of politics with the governor. He's probably going to institute more of a control over the area of the two large churches if they're not managing their people correctly.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's mostly small talk. I don't know. Do you want to
Yeah.
rely on
No,
your
no,
brother for anything?
no, I think it would. I think Rob would have gotten home like half collapsed with like a glass of wine or something when
Mm-hmm.
his brother would have arrived. So I think they would have spent some time and talked about
Yeah.
what had happened and
Mm.
things like that.
Okay.
And I guess I would. So it would be a talk backwards and forwards, and I would tend to the duties I would have with the family and such.
Okay. Okay. Good enough. We'll leave the family gossip. There's plenty of family gossip.
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
and that can keep you talking for a while. All right. Well, I have a better idea for Raw then. So as time has passed, and as it seems things are settling down in the area, the trouble is the one person who really knows that things are not settling down in the area is in fact Atta, because even as even as we speak, this would actually be the worst possible way it would happen. So that's how it's going to happen. That the last people to be sort of confirmed with by the soldiers are the people at the Church of Kovesh itself. And it is from inside that church that screams are beginning to be heard.
It's close to where we are.
It's fairly close to where you are. You can hear it.
Well, yeah. I mean, we didn't really have to find out where to go.
Yeah.
I mean,
we're just gonna...
But
at
if you
this point, follow the chaos.
yeah, and also,
I guess.
but also calling the but that's not the entity. That's the mania, right? If you want to call the entity to yourself, you have to use that spell.
Yeah, I think I would just want to be try to start.
It's time to start a fight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's no use trying to contact Ra.
Right.
Because
Right.
he is still
Yes.
injured and
Just
not interested.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
I guess all the preparations are.
Right.
Yeah, it's up to us.
Are you
Yeah,
going
we've
to
done
do
it.
anything?
Yeah, I think I would.
Are you going to do anything with the bowl?
Oh, true.
Oh, let's pull up the spells. What? Oh, what is that? Artifact is what it's called. Yeah. In the way.
I was going to say, and then a bestial entity interferes with the situation.
Yeah. It wasn't a dog. It was a giant cat, actually.
Well, this thing is sort of a cat
Um,
and a dog and a bear and a baboon all at once.
True. That's actually really horrifying. Well,
I don't know. If you want to,
If we-
you're responsible
I mean,
for the
if
bowl.
we can, I don't really, because the bowl was offering, it was a place where you could offer things to gods.
Well, to Bessarion
To
in
the-
particular,
Or was it
particular.
to the sun? Yeah, right.
or his
And-
memory.
And right now it's just a bowl. It hasn't got any.
Well,
Well,
to you, it actually has immense significance.
okay.
Remember, you said a
Yes, I
whole
know.
thing about how we had let the trappings of religious sects get in the way when we really should be
Right.
all throwing in together for for the commonalities among us, and for whatever reason, this bowl is the symbol of that shared commitment right across the churches.
Mm.
And
I
I should let you know that it does have incredible powers.
Mm.
You just have to.
Yeah, because the old before we retconned the effect of this artifact, it was before that it was established that the bowl was actually fixed in place in the ground, sort of.
Correct. So that didn't happen.
Or a form of old-fashioned cement, right?
Right.
That's not the case
Right.
now, but I do feel like following that theme, the bowl does not belong to anyone. So,
So it should maybe be.
well, to even own it for one person, no matter what significance it has, its purpose is not to be carried and used apart from its specific needed purpose, and that otherwise it should be given to the people in whatever way to, as it's sort of the symbol of the mythical story that we physically
Right.
went through itself.
And if we were saying that all of this is happening because of the religions straying away from like the meaning, maybe the goal is, I don't know if it could help us like with some kind of, like while we're fighting, could it help
Yes.
us?
What would you do to where is the proper place for it, for example, do you think? And what would you do? I don't want to make you guess. I mean, you actually have Atta has a very intimate relationship with this artifact now, and it's not very hard to understand that it should be placed here where it belongs, right? At that same
right,
spot.
Where
It should be
the
placed
fire
there,
was.
and that its properties could, once properly placed, and if people would continue to honor it through time,
Yeah.
but its properties now will be very protective, right? I mean, that's what it was all about, was a form of protection, so that it would be perhaps extremely powerful against the entity if you confronted it here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we will.
Well, you can see the creature, the Saurian.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know exactly.
Yeah.
So you were the one that placed it there, so, or the one that made the offering in the mythic past.
That's
So,
correct.
Wherever you can guess where the best place for this is.
Yeah, there's no need to guess. You know exactly where.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we will. So that will be the next thing that we're gonna do then. To
Yeah.
place it where it belongs.
I'm taking your responsibility.
Mhm.
I'm backing away.
All right. Well, that is all very ritualistic and intense but I suppose the last act would be calling the entity to you. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you'll spend
And
that
then-
charge.
Yeah.
And in that case,
Taking a
and you've
final
already
stand
spent
here.
yours for the advantage die again, correct? For Andronikos.
Yeah, advantage die
Yeah.
and the recovery.
Okay.
Mm.
Now.
That's the and yeah, you said the quickness is
Mhm.
also back. Yeah, well, I mean, this is as best as we can do it. This is the final stand.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
Against this.
All right. There you go. In that case, I guess the only thing to say is that the entity will resume as the mania surges up again with different people this time. So this makes things very urgent, because that means that the same area is going to be affected and continue to spread. And that may actually give Raw a bit of a problem in a few minutes as well. Right, when you thought everything was okay.
Yep.
So let's do this then. Let's go ahead and have bursting out of the Church of Kovesh, with people being sort of sadistically killed by and tormented by the soldiers, the remaining soldiers, basically leaping and running out of there is this creature, which is much bigger than a person, and it's headed straight for you, in a sort of hazy blast of fire all around. However, the bowl is doing its job, and interestingly enough, the people within a certain range around it are escaping harm. So at first it seemed as though these soldiers were going to be tormenting and killing people, but as it turns out, when they get into the vicinity of the bowl, in a fairly big area around it, it's kind of like a haven of safety, and the soldiers can't go in. Their attention turns to somebody else.